Hello everyone, I am your teacher Lion Lee, and today I'm going to teach you the types of sentences. As you know that we have finished unit 3 already. It's about comparison essay, and I don't want to go on to unit 4 just yet. That is why I try to teach you some extra lessons. So this is about types of sentences. As you know that an essay is a combination of paragraph, and a paragraph is a combination of sentences. So sentences are very important in your writing, in your essay, in your paragraph. So that's why I want to teach you about types of sentences, so that you can include a variety of them in your writing, and it will look nice a bit. When you include every type of sentences instead of just a simple sentence, it will look nice in your writing, in your essay. So in this presentation, I'm going to focus on 2 points. The first one is about the 4 types of sentences, and the second one is why it is important to write with a variety of sentences. So without any further delay, now let's take a look at types of sentences. So there are 4 types. They are the following. The first type is simple sentence. The second one is compound sentence, complex sentence, and the last one is compound complex sentence. So what is a simple sentence? A simple sentence is very simple, everyone. That is why it is called simple. So it contains a subject and a verb. Take a look at the example to be clear. So as you can see here, example number 1, they are students at ITC. So when there is a subject and when there is a verb without coordinator or subordinator, it is called simple sentence. And in a moment you will know what is a coordinator and what is a subordinator, but now we focus on simple sentence first. Again, simple sentence contains a subject and a verb without any coordinator or subordinator. The second example, so the subject is Gertrude and Jackie, and the verb work and live. Even though there are 2 verbs, but still it is a simple sentence, again because there is no coordinator or subordinator. Now let's take a look at the compound sentence. Compound sentence is a sentence which consists of 2 clauses. Clauses is very similar to sentence, joined by a coordinating conjunction, or you can say coordinator, though we can call this coordinating conjunction or coordinator. So what are coordinators? There are only 7 coordinators in English. They are fanboys, or fanboys is a acronym of for, and, no, but, or, yet, and so. For here, it doesn't mean I go to war for the country. It's not. It doesn't mean Đảng bày. It doesn't mean Đảng bày. In our case, it means because. And no means and not, meaning that is the negative of and. But or means otherwise. In Khmer we call it bằng mình thuê chẳng tế, mean hiệu ấy cả lại. And yet is but in a strange sense, and I will explain this later. So so for, and, no, but, or, yet, and so are fanboys, and fanboys are coordinators. And when you use one of this in a sentence, that sentence is called compound sentence. So now let's take a look at example. So we have here compound sentence. Look at the first example. I stay home during the outbreak of COVID-19 for it is safe. Again, for here doesn't mean Đảng bày. Here it means because. So I stay home during the outbreak of COVID-19 for it is safe. It means because it is safe. Second example, I think you know and, so I don't have to read it. No is very different from others, because as you can see there, as you can see, after no is question form. Do I like? Here it means I don't like apples, nor do I like oranges. It means that I don't like apple and I don't like oranges either. But instead of say and either, you can just say no. And again, no means the negative of and. វាភ្ជាប់ដូច and ចឹងប៉ុន្តែ and ភ្ជាប់ស្របអញ្ចឹងទៅប៉ុន្តែចំពោះ no គឺវាភ្ជាប់បដិសេធដូចគ្នាពីរហ្នឹងគឺបដិសេធដូចគ្នា you see don't and here អានេះក៏ I don't like ដែរប៉ុន្តែដោយសារយើង say no ហើយយើងអត់មាន not ទៀតទេដោយសារ not ហ្នឹងវានៅក្នុង no នេះហើយ and no វាយ៉ាង special ដោយសារចេះដោយសារបន្ទាប់ពី no យើងអត់មានត្រូវប្រើ subject verb ទេយើងត្រូវប្រើទម្រង់ question form យើងមើលនេះទម្រង់ question form no do I like oranges the form is question, it's not simple sentence, right? So no is a special case. Again, you need question form after no. I don't like apples, nor do I like oranges. And if you want to make it simple, it can be I don't like apples and I don't like oranges either. But instead of saying that, you can say this. But it's very simple. I think you know it already. Or again, or here មិនមែនបានន័យថាឬទេ here it means otherwise បើយើងមិនធ្វើចឹងទេរឿងនេះនឹងកើតឡើង so stay away from the crowds or you will get infected with COVID-19 if it translate បើយើងអត់នៅឆ្ងាយពីមនុស្សវងនោះទេយើងនឹងកើតជំងឺ COVID-19 again or here means otherwise បើយើងមិនធ្វើរឿងនេះទេអាមួយនេះវានឹងកើតឡើងបើយើងមិន stay away from the crowd ទេយើងនឹង get infected with COVID-19 and again one more example is jet and jet it means but in a strange sense strange បានចម្លែកវាដូចបាត់ដែរប៉ុន្តែវារៀងចម្លែក look at the example I saw you were at home yet you are here now it is strange right because at the moment I saw you at home but now when I come here and I see you here as well, so it is strange. So when it is strange, you can use jet. And the last example is so, and I think you know so already. So just move on. And one important point is this, everyone. You have to remember this. You have to remember to use a comma before fanboy. As you can see here, before fanboy, before a fanboy there is always a comma. If you don't use a comma, it is wrong. Again, if you don't use a comma before a fanboy, it is wrong. You always see a comma before fanboys. And that is compound sentence. And now let's move on to the common mistake with fanboy. Everyone, you can never use a fanboy to start a sentence. Never start a sentence with fanboys. It is wrong. It is grammatically wrong. Even though sometimes people use them to start sentences, they are wrong in terms of grammar. So I don't want you to use a fanboy to start a sentence. And if you want to use, you can use a sentence linker instead. Now let's take a look at an example. Most Cambodian students they always start sentence with and. Look at example. I like apple and I like oranges. Again, everyone, you do not use a fanboy to start a sentence. You cannot use and to start a sentence. It is wrong. Second example. Katrit is shy, but she is still confident. Blah blah blah. Again, everyone, but it's a fanboy, right? So when it is a fanboy, you cannot use it to start a sentence. It is wrong as well. And the other example, I want to be an engineer, so I study hard. So is a fanboy, and when it is a fanboy, you cannot use it to start a sentence. So it is wrong as well. So what if you want to start so if you cannot use them to start a sentence, what can you do? So you can use a sentence linker instead. So here are some sentence linkers for and. Again, you cannot use and to start a sentence. So this word in additionally, furthermore, moreover, what's more, all of them mean and. mean and you can use them to start a sentence. Look at the example. I like apples. Moreover, I like oranges. Instead of saying and I like oranges, you can use moreover to start a sentence, and it looks fancier, it looks more academic than just and. Okay, so use this word instead of saying and if you sentence linker for but, instead of saying but, you can say however, nonetheless, nevertheless, still. Again, everyone, if you use fanboy with a comma, you can use it, but you cannot use it to start a sentence like the example here, cut to a shine, but she is still confident. You cannot use it to start a sentence. So instead of using that, you can use however, nonetheless, nevertheless, still. So take a look at the example. Gertrude is shy, however, nonetheless, nevertheless, she is still confident enough to talk in front of a crowd. So here, sentence linker for but, and the other one is sentence linkers for so. So instead of saying so, you can say therefore, thereby, hence, for that reason, etc. Take a look at the example. I want to be an engineer, therefore, thereby, hence, for that reason, I try my best to study at ITC. All them mean so, and it sounds fancier, it sounds more academic, and it's right. So it's wrong. You cannot use so to start a sentence. So here you can use it. Here, with therefore, thereby, hence, for that reason, you can use them to start a sentence. And now, after simple, compound, now we move on to complex sentence. So complex sentence is a sentence which consists of two clauses joined by subordinating conjunction, or you can call it subordinator. Again, everyone, compound sentence, you join sentences by coordinator. Coordinator are friend boys. But in complex sentence, you join sentences by conjunction, subordinating conjunction, or you call it subordinator. Most of them use them a lot already, but probably you don't know the names. So as, because, sin, after, before, when, whenever, while, although, even though, if, unless, blah blah blah, they are called subordinator. And when you use a subordinator in a sentence, that sentence is called a complex sentence. So take a look at the example. And by the way, with subordinator, most of the time you can use them in a sentence with two patterns. I said most of the time, not all the time, everyone, most of the time. So take a look at example 1. So I don't go out because I don't want to get infected with COVID-19. Because here is a subordinator, and because the sentence contains a subordinator, it is a complex sentence. And again, with complex sentence, you can use two patterns. The second pattern is this. You can say, because I don't want to get infected with COVID-19, I don't go out. Everyone, when you use subordinator in the middle, you don't have to use comma. There's no comma, but if you move the subordinator to the front, because I don't want here, you move it to the front, you see, when you get to the main clause, you have to put comma here, comma. See, there are two patterns. Most of them, I said most of them. You can subordinator in the middle, you don't have to use any comma, but when you use it in the front, you have to use comma when you get to another clause. With the exception of odd of and even of, everyone, odd of and even of, even you use it in the middle or at the beginning of the sentence, there is still a comma in the middle of the sentence. Now let's move on to compound complex sentence. Again, compound, you use coordinator, or you can say it friend boys. Complex sentence, you use what? You use subordinator. So compound complex sentence is a sentence which consists of a coordinator and a subordinator. It means that you combine the two together. It has coordinator and a subordinator. Look at the example. So after a subordinator, so this is complex. After both parents that are finished doing the exercise, they rested for a while and then they went home. So and here is a friend boy, and friend boy is a compound, right? So when there is a friend boy or coordinator and a subordinator here, it is called compound complex sentence because it contains a coordinator and a subordinator. Another example, although I don't like that John that much, I still talk to him. So you see here, although is subordinator, and I want you to do the same. And here is a coordinator, friend boy. Okay, and then we also have although subordinator. So when there is a subordinator and a coordinator together in a sentence, it is called compound complex sentence. And that and these are the 4 types of sentences in English. Simple, there is nothing, there is no coordinator, there is no subordinator. Compound sentence, we use coordinator and coordinator, there are 7, they are friend boys. Complex sentence, we use subordinator, before, after, when, where, although, even though. And compound complex sentence, we use both coordinator and subordinator in the same sentence. Again, everyone, why is it important to use them in in your writing? Because the first point is that it shows variety. Imagine this, everyone, if you write an essay and you only use simple sentence, there's no friend boy, there's no subordinator, there's no sentence linker. Imagine you just read and you it will be boring, everyone. It will be boring to read, and it's like a child, because a child can only write simple sentence. Because you are now in the university level, I think you should use a variety of them, meaning that you have to include simple sentence, complex sentence, compound complex in your writing. Do not just write simple sentences, everyone. It is not good. And the second point is about IELTS. In writing section, you have to use a variety of those sentences: simple, complex, compound, complex. Because if you use them together, well together, you will get higher score. But if you only use simple sentences, you will get low score, and that's why it's important. And that's it for today, everyone. I hope you get something from this presentation. So goodbye, everyone.